Okay, guys, in today's class, we'll be looking at series and parallel connection of solar panels. Now, in engineering, there is a pattern known as series and paralleling of things. It could be mechanical body, it could be electrical body, but there is what we call series and parallel of things. Now, but we will focus on the electrical aspect and we'll focus on solar technology. Let's start with parallel connection. Consider this to be your solar panels. These two panels. So consider this to be your solar panel. This is solar panel. Okay, this is your solar panel, and in panels we have directions, or what we call polarities. Polarity means solar panel has a direction, a pattern, how you connect it. You don't just carry it and connect it to your battery or connect it to your charge controller. Remember, in our second class, in our previous class, I talked about positive and negative, neutral and live. Now, panel, one thing you need to know is that panels supply DC current, and in DC currents, the polarities are divided into positive polarity and negative polarity. Now, there are things you must take into consideration, which first, the polarities of the panel, solar panel, which we have identified our positive polarity and our negative polarity. Positive and negative polarity. Then the second thing is to consider the voltage and currents of the solar panel. Let's make this 40 volts solar panel, 40 volts solar panel with 10 amp of current, 10 amp of current. So these are 40 volt solar panel with 10 amp of current, 40 volt solar panel with 10 amp of current too. So we are going to look at what happens, because whenever you connect a solar panel in parallel or series connection, these are the two things that are affected. Either the volt will be affected or the current will be affected. So let's look at it now. When connecting a panel in parallel, it simply means that the positive terminal of the first panel will be connected to the positive terminal of the second panel, and the negative terminal of the first panel will be connected to the negative terminal of the second panel. So this will be considered our outputs. We will now consider this to be our outputs. This is a positive output and this is a negative output. Negative and positive. Whenever you parallel a solar panel. So this is the positive connected to positive, negative connected to negative. And the outputs, we can pick our outputs from any point when a panel is connected in parallel. You can pick your output from any point. Now, what happened to the volt and the current? When you connect a solar panel in parallel, the current of the panel add up. So for the current, which is 10 amp, we will now be having 20 amp at the output, but the voltage remain the same. So we'll have 20 amp at 40 volts. This is what happens when you connect a solar panel in parallel. we will now be having 20 amp at 40 volts. So the amp, which is the current, add up and the voltage remain the same. Take note of that. This is what it means to connect a panel, solar panel in parallel connection. Now let us look at series. What happens when you connect a solar panel in series? Whenever you're about to connect solar panel in series, it simply means that the negative terminal of the first panel will go to the positive terminal of the second panel. Now your output becomes the positive terminal of the first panel and the negative terminal of the second panel. This becomes your output. This is where your load is being connected to. But now, what happens to the volt and current? When you connect a solar panel in series, the voltage add up. It becomes, remember, it's 40 volt each. It becomes 80 volts. 40 plus 40, it becomes 80 volts at the output. And the current remained the same at 10 amp. Remember, when we connected in parallel, the current add up. We now had 20 volts, but the voltage remained the same. But now that we are connecting it in series, the voltage add up 80 volts and the current remain the same. This is series connection. Take note of the diagram. So this is for panel. Let us look at parallel and series connection for batteries.